In university, I was the head of the LSE JSOC, Jewish Society. So I tasted a little bit of how it would be meeting different people from all over the world, bringing them together under one banner. We started with the Jewish Society, we had the Freshers' Fair, we had about 200 to 300 different members. We invited the then Prime Minister, Netanyahu, believe it or not, he was the Prime Minister at the time. We had the first ever Sukkah in LSE, and we started to create a vibe, and it really gave me the adrenaline to move forward. And I thought, what an amazing idea, this is what I want to do, but begadol. I would like to bring together Jews from all over London to unite them, to inspire them, to connect them, and to help them build the future, their future. That's why I started TAL.
When I look back 5 years ago, I never thought it would be this big. That basically would take over our lives. But in a good way. From having people coming around to our house, from seeing different people in different situations, in good times, in bad times, in every single part of their lives.
I've known Rabbi TAL since I was a child, actually, and as I grew older, he was quite instrumental in my learning. He helped teach a few of my friends and I when we were teenagers.
I found TAL on a Friday night. It was a Friday night event and I decided to join.
We actually met at a Friday night dinner, and it took a year for Raphael to speak to the rabbi, I think. Pack up the courage maybe, and but yeah, we met through Rabbi TAL.
I don't know where I would have ended up, to be honest, without him, but it certainly wouldn't be where I am right now.
The part where I really got to know the rabbi very closely was when he put us together initially, because I think at the same time he was everything, ranging from being a rabbi, obviously, relationship counselor, obviously a friend as time went by, and almost a psychologist. We would speak sometimes for hours over the phone.
We went to Oxford and we took 200 people for an entire weekend, and we brought certain rabbis, Rabbi Orlovsky, Rabbi Y.Y. Rubinstein, and people were amazed.
My family and I have been on the communal Shabbaton, which we thought was absolutely excellent. And we came back with a taste of what Shabbat should be like, and it was very, very inspiring, and the inspiration sort of stays with us to this current day.
Since I met him, through all the major things that I've gone through in my life, he's been a major part of it. For instance, meeting my wife, you can say that's like the beginning of going from childhood really into being an adult, and then being there for me while I went during the bris of my son, and I lost my father very recently, and he was there for me. He's a Kohen, he's not allowed to come to the funeral, but he called me up as soon as he heard.
Male, female, Sephardi, Ashkenazi, whatever you are, wherever of London you're from, you're always welcome.
I clicked with Raya. Her personality, anybody who gets to know her really well will just automatically get drawn towards her. And I think just because of my friendship with her, it just made it easy for me to then feel like I wanted to help them.
We have to remember that the rabbi and his rebbetzin, they are doing 10 to 20 things at the same time. They are holding shiurim almost every single night. They're obviously involved in their own community work. They're involved in the parasha sheets. They're doing events, if not every month, at least a few a quarter. And there's just so much going on, and it's consistent. It doesn't stop. And that is the beauty of this organization. It doesn't sleep. And I know that for a fact because I've had many conversations with Rav TAL, 11 o'clock, midnight sometimes, all about TAL. When everybody else is asleep, he is awake and he is thinking, how are we going to bring Torah into people's lives? And how are we going to make a difference?
And thank God we've had an unbelievable effect, and so people are supporting, people are looking, and people are wanting to be a part of TAL because they see TAL as part of their family, and that's what we are. We are part of every single person's family, we care for you, we love you, and we want you to grow and to rebuild Am Yisrael.
When you're welcome into someone's house, it's different than being welcome into someone's center. Now, a lot of people might invite you to synagogue, or they might invite you to a certain venue. But when you're welcome everywhere and you're given so many different opportunities to get involved, that's what makes it different, and that's why it's important.
In the Kirov market, what's lacking is a person that's got that personal love for Jewish people, that he would want to take them, gather them up, treat them like a brother. And that's what he's got. For me, that's what he's got. That makes him special.
I can always call Rabbi TAL if I've got a question. I can always WhatsApp him late hours of the night. I always learn from Shiurim. I've met a lot of people like-minded, a lot of people that I wouldn't have met, in other scenarios, and that's how it's impacted me. It's helped me a great deal, and I enjoy it.
If I ever have a problem, if I ever have a true problem, I want some advice or something. He's not just a rabbi. He's got advice in so many things. So he's got so much expertise in so many different areas, and he always brings God into it, which is amazing. I haven't met anybody else like him, really.
They'll be there for you through thick and thin. Good times, bad times, they're always there. You pick up the phone, you call them. It's never too late, never too early. They'll always find the time.
As of last year, TAL engaged 2,500 young professionals and students. That's taking one rabbi, his wife, and an unbelievable TAL team, engaging and helping 2,500 youth to learn. Imagine if we could double our efforts, what we could produce. That's why we need your help.
And I think that TAL brings in a lot of people and shows them basically that side of Judaism, the nice, fun side of Judaism, I guess.
All the events I've been to have just been really enjoyable in the sense that I don't want to necessarily leave, even if it's a work night, and it just makes Judaism fun and attractive, and that's what I really enjoy about TAL.
In a society 5.5 years ago, there wasn't much going on Shabbats. Nowadays, there's Shabbatons that are being produced all over London, and TAL is at the forefront. We are still getting sold out crowds because they understand this is a very, very special Friday night. It's something a bit different. It's more personal. There's inspiration, there's engagement, there's power. And people come out, people meet, there are marriages that occur via these Shabbatons, there are friendships.
He made it easy to open myself and to, sort of find inside me what I was really looking for in a partner, and with the help of God, we found my match.
We've made 42 different shidduchim, and they have friends as well, and there's a whole community over there, a young community.
Probably the most admirable quality is TAL has been responsible for countless shidduchim, some marriages, some children, Baruch Hashem. This is something that's completely invaluable. And if you look at other organizations, the beauty of this organization is when you invest in it, you're investing in a finished product. You're actually seeing the dividends. You're seeing the growth already. You know what you're getting. And every once in a while, it's beautiful when you receive a telephone call from Rabbi TAL to say, Moise, we've done it again. Another chuppah, another wedding. And this is one of the most beautiful things that we need.
When you invest in TAL, you really invest in yourself, because ultimately it's really down to what they do to the community and the growth of the community. Within TAL, it's really reaching very largely across the community. They're a home for everyone, really. We found a home in TAL, and they definitely helped us build our home.
Sure have.
Where TAL differs from everybody else is we bring people, the youth, back into the community. This is the biggest mitzvah that you can have. We help people find jobs, we help people find wives, we're helping people find their lives. And anyone who invests in such an investment is sure to have the biggest of brachot.
If you want the next generation to be a better Jew, or if you want the next generation to marry and to build a Jewish home, you want the next generation to be truthful to what they believe and not to be two-faced and say, I don't really believe in it, or I don't really want to know about it, then you have to invest in TAL, because TAL is not just there to do the events, to do the trips, to do the fun things. TAL is there and is taking care for the deeper part of all our young people that are in London. TAL is there to create new lives, to bring people together, to make them know what is there to our beautiful traditions, and is there to make people be together and love each other no matter who they are, and no matter what there is outside in the world, to know that we as Jews are always there for each other, and we're doing that. We're showing people that life is not about the little things. Life is about taking care of each other, being able to be together and be united, and doesn't matter for where we come or where we're going to, as long as we have each other, then we're fine. And if you want to be able to be part of that future that we're trying to create, then you have to support us all the way, because there's not going to be another way that is going to happen in London.